Hi, this is Mr. Trujillo again, and this is my next installment video on the interim assessments. These videos you can watch asynchronously on your own, and you can also access a lot of these video series, such as the one I'm going to be covering today on the CDE website, which I have archived and cataloged for us in the Schoology group that I created for testing. So for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the next component of interim assessments I want to discuss, and that's the hand scoring system. So again, this is the website where you can view 3 videos on the hand scoring system, an overview of the system itself, how to hand score, and how to view the training guides and exemplars to help with grading of these within departments. So like usual, what I want to do is take you to our Schoology group so you can see where it is I have archived resources for you. So if you go to our data testing and technology support group, again, here is the access code. You go to resources to find these things we're going to be talking about. So I have a teacher folder for us and testing within that. Here is, as usual, our casp.org website where you'll log in with your MyToms account. Here are the videos that I'm referencing and data that I've archived for us over the last couple of years. So let's go ahead and look at the hand scoring system. So to get to the hand scoring system, you log into your MyToms account, okay? And on the home page, you have these 8 different tabs, menu items here. So we're gonna go to Smarter Balance Interim Assessments. Within the Smarter Balance Interim Assessment resources, we have some more tabs we're going to look at. We're going to begin with the hand scoring system for today. So in the hand scoring system, what we're going to be looking at are responses that students submit to us on the interim assessments. And the purpose of these for performance tasks and other such question responses is to really give us a feel for how our students are answering on the constructed response items and the performance task items. And these items will be storehoused for us in the hand scoring system response list for teachers. And there are accompanying training guides, rubrics, exemplars that we can use to help us with the grading, but really to help us understand our students' thought process. So again, on the PowerPoint that I'm using, you can see with arrows how to get to all of these systems. So we're going to begin with the Smarter Balance Interim Assessments button, like I said. And on that page, here is a screenshot of what I just showed you. We have 2 things we're going to be looking at. So the Interim Assessment Hand Scoring System is going to look like this. So let's go ahead and get into it on my Tom's account. But here's a screenshot of a sample of what you would see when you log in. Okay, so this being a PowerPoint, it's not real data. So I'm going to take you to an actual hand scoring system page. So when you click on this, you're going to be asked to log in with your MyToms account. And here I am logged in with my Tom's account, like you can see, but because we haven't administered interim assessments, I don't have any actual data to review. So let's look at the PowerPoint where I have sample pages of what this would look like. So when I log in to the hand scoring response list for teachers, I'm going to see that it's going to be organized by student last name, first name, the items that they did free responses on for us to grade. It gives you the session ID that this was generated from. So if we're in the English or math department, for example, we'll have several session IDs for each teacher that created one. You'll notice that the status of the questions say either tentatively scored or even not scored. So the purpose of this is to let us know what we have done and what we haven't done. So if it says not scored or tentatively scored, those scores are actually not fully submitted and you can go back and review them. However, once you do score the item, which is the far right column, once you submit it to be scored, those question items do disappear from your response list and they cannot be pulled up anymore. So please make sure that you do fully grade them, that you look at them carefully before you submit them, because you will not be able to view them anymore. And so this is a sample page of what you would see. You would see the questions that the the students were using. You'll see a little rubric here, and you have a section here where you can comment to the student, okay? And then what I wanted to show you next, besides the hand scoring system, is how to actually grade these things. So in order to give feedback to our students on the interim assessment platform, you also have some hand scoring training guides and exemplars. So to access those, again, I'll go to the website so you can see where I'm getting these from. So from the main site, again, you go to Smarter Balance Interim Assessments. And then when you click on that, we have the hand scoring training guides and exemplars. Okay. So if you click on that, here, I'll back out so you can see it all the way. So if you click on the hand scoring training guides and exemplars, it's going to ask you to log into my TOMS. You click on resources and then hand scoring training guides. Okay. And this is organized by ELA and math, as you can see here. So for example, if I'm a math teacher, I click on the grade level that I'm giving my interim assessment, be it an ICA or an IAB. Okay. That's how they're organized. So let's say we're looking at interim assessment block for math. The response titled teen driving restrictions. Okay. So you have here your training guide for the interim assessment and the exemplars. So the way that this works, the training guides, as you can see here, I'll zoom in for you, is made for departments to use to kind of calibrate and look at the responses students would be working on. And it also gives you kind of a brief overview of what the students are looking at. And like I said, there is a rubric for you to look at as a department, so you can get on the same page here for grading to make sure that we're all giving the same type of grade based on the same things that are being asked for on that rubric. Okay. You also have, as you can see, if we go back a little bit, you have an exemplar. And the purpose of the exemplars is so that we can see some actual student samples. Okay. So it gives you the question the students were being asked. And if you scroll down a little bit, it gives you different responses, comments that you can give them. But more importantly, if I scroll down a little bit further, it gives me also the check set. And the check set, what these are sample responses from different ends of the spectrum. So none of these are all, they're not all perfect. None of these are you know, the best samples. They're just kind of a way for, as a department, you to look at them and kind of calibrate together to make sure that you're all grading, again, in the same way. So the check set are just kind of random samples. And at the end, it also has the key for those check sets. So if within the math department, we all agreed that student X's response is a 4, well, now let's go ahead and look at the key for that check to see if we all are calibrated, not just with each other as a math department, for example, but with CASP to see if we're grading the same way that CASP will be grading our students. And again, the purpose of that is just to make sure that we know what is being asked of our students. And so as a department, we can all be on the same page here. Okay, and so that concludes my video for this segment. I hope that was useful. As usual, you can find all these resources on our Schoology testing group. Okay, thanks very much. And in our next video, we'll be concluding by looking at the reporting system where we'll be getting data for all of our interim assessments. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.